Let's do this thing, man. Waiting around. Speed it up. Speed it up. You know, Paul? Hello, all. Welcome to the Dark Room. I am Paul Hinton, the dude in the Dark Room, and it is Thursday, February 23rd. It's a Triforce Thursday here in the Dark Room, so we're going to be doing some photography in Zelda Breath of the Wild. Traveling the lands of Hyrule, capturing some cool shots of the landscapes and the enemies. And in this particular case right now, the quest that we're on is to photograph all 120 shrines. So we started a new game a few weeks ago, a month or two ago now, I guess. And we're doing each shrine and then photographing the area around the shrine. Enemies protecting the shrine, the landscape around the shrine. I call those shrinescapes when we do a landscape with the shrine involved. We got some cool battles going on around the shrines, called those battlescapes, as I like to say. And we've been having a good time doing it. It's actually a very fun challenge, and it's a very cool, finite project. We can only shoot the 120 shrines, and then we have that nice body of work, all of the shrines being shot. I love that kind of limit that we put on a project like this, because we can kind of like close the door on it when we're done. Although maybe I think what we'll possibly do is the shrines that I don't like the shots that we've taken, or if I don't think we've gotten a good picture of one of the shrines, like maybe we'll go back and shoot the shrine again. But we will see. Subject to change. Also, I was hoping to get this done before Tears of the Kingdom comes out, because I'd like to play Tears of the Kingdom on the stream at some point. And I was hoping we'd get this done, but I don't think we will be able to get this done in time for Tears of the Kingdom. We'll see. I was thinking maybe I might have to start doing 2 days a week of Zelda or something like that. Triforce Tuesdays, Triforce Thursdays or something, until we get all the shrines done, so we can start doing some Tears of the Kingdom. But you know what? I don't know when we'll start playing Tears of the Kingdom. It might not be for a while, so why don't we just play it by ear, go one step at a time, one day at a time. That's my plan. Anyway, if you want to watch what we've done previously here, you want to check out all of the shrine adventures we've had so far. Random bowl here. That's my snack bowl. Before I get on my stream, snack bowl. Check out like all our social media. I mean, let's just be honest. Taking note of any of those social media and being a part of what we do on any of those helps us out here. So obviously much appreciated. Check out all that stuff, especially YouTube though, because that's where you'll be able to find all of our previous streams up until this point, or at least most of the streams. And also nice little short clips from each stream. And then also what we are always working on whenever we are doing a stream, which is building what we want to say about the photography in this game. What we like about it, what we don't like about it, things we would change, the projects that we've went to accomplish, the quests in the game associated with the camera, how they function, all that kind of stuff. Very, very interesting information to me. So eventually we'll have a nice Zelda photography or photography in Zelda Breath of the Wild video on YouTube for you. So check that out. And also we have a really cool group of people on Discord, I must say. My favorite people are on there. And we got places on there for you to share your photographic adventures, your work, your exploits in the photographic world. And I'd love to see what people are doing with, especially their in-game photography. You can share your real-life photography there too, and I'd love to see that. But we just stick mainly to what we call photography or game photography here, or we call our game photography. So if you want to share your photographic adventures, I'd love to see it. But also any photographic anything is pretty fun. So check out the Discord, and if you like what we do here, share what you've been up to in these photographic regards. Other than that, let's just get started. Let's get started shooting. Anything else? I think that's it. Take a second. Okay, right now. Take a deep breath. Let's relax. Okay, let's have some fun. We're in the dark room now. Everything can stay outside that is outside the dark room. We're going to just forget all our troubles, have some fun playing games, take some photos, be creative a little bit. And I highly recommend you jump into a game of your choice, play something fun, especially if you can take some photos. Maybe you haven't explored capturing any kind of photography in the game that you love to play, and now's a good opportunity to see if you have the ability to take pictures or what kind of photographic content there is in the game that you love to play. And then let me know about it, you know? That's about it. Yeah, hope everyone's having a good night. Let's have some fun. Let's play some Zelda. Let's shoot some shrines. Shoot some shrineage. Photography. And have some fun doing it. I'm definitely gonna have fun. Okay. Shooting some sweet shrine shots. First thing we gotta do is review. We gotta check out what we've done last week and to get rid of what we don't want to keep because we only have so much room on our camera roll. We have posted up right here in Kakariko Village. Kakariko. Kakariko. I don't think I've ever heard. Have I heard that pronounced? Do they pronounce? They have to pronounce it with voice acting in this game at some point, right? I just can't remember hearing it. Whatever. If I say it wrong, I'm doing it intentionally for comedic value. No matter what it is. Doesn't matter if it's the name of these guys. Locked mementos. We got to go get those pictures at some point. That'll be a fun little challenge, too. It's going around finding all those photo spots. But we're not going to do that today. Look at all these shrines we've shot. We shot everything except for the one we're at now. Naeg Shrine here in Kakariko. This is the only one we haven't shot so far. So it's going to be fun going and finishing up whatever other shrines we want to in this region. Is this one still inside the other one that's up here by the fairy fountain? The one that's right here? That's going to count. Isn't that it right there? There should be another shrine right there. And maybe we'll do that one after. We'll shoot out Tallow. And then we might jump over and see if we can do this shrine. I might be locked out of doing it, though. I think there is a quota they have you reach, I think, before you can do that shrine. I could be wrong, though. That was the last shrine I did my first time playing this game. I remember this being the last one because I had no idea what I was doing and how to get to it. Or how to get it activated, rather. I knew there was something there because we have one of those sphere little orb, Sheikah orb depository things. And I knew it was there. I just didn't have any. And then I knew where the thing was because it's sitting here in Impa's palace. But I had no idea how to do it. So we have to. Well, I'll look and see if we can do that one. Otherwise, we'll jump away from Kakariko Village and we'll just kind of get the next closest. Is there one right there? There's definitely a Korok in this area somewhere. Anyway, that doesn't matter. What did we shoot last time? Well, we shot some shrines, of course. Man, I love so many of these shots. And I have to delete so many of them. It's such a bummer. I originally thought, like, maybe we'd try to keep, like, one of each shrine. But that's, even if we only kept one of each shrine, we have nowhere near enough space. This shot was kind of cool. I don't know why I didn't clip this one. I guess it's not that great. I guess it's not all that great. Yeah, so I thought I had a better shot of Beetle and his buddy Mazar. Anyway, we started the night last time by adventuring between the dueling peaks and capturing Ridahi Shrine inside this little valley ravine area. We did get a couple good shots. I wasn't, honestly, like, I did not have the best feelings about everything we shot last week. I just didn't, at least while we were shooting it. Going back, there was a couple that I was like, okay, this is an okay shot. Some of the shots are okay. But for the most part, I really didn't enjoy very many of these shots I took last week. I just felt like I was missing everything by like a split second, you know, which is all it takes. When you're capturing single moments in time, all it takes is a fraction of a second, and you will lose that exact shot you wanted. But we got set upon by some Lizalfos and an Octorok. This would be considered, I guess, like a little battlescape shot. I do like this one. Great timing on the Octorok's projectile. Decent pose on that Lizalfos. Not that great. I think I wish the Lizalfos looked a little bit more menacing. And the story we were trying to build here, obviously, is Mazar, that little NPC, that traveling merchant on the left side of the frame. We wanted to make it feel like he was battling these enemies on his way to the shrine or something like that. And so the fact that the Lizalfos is turned away from him and not really looking imposing in any way kind of ruins that. But otherwise, the three elements in the frame, or the three NPC elements, those are all pretty well done. They're separated from each other. They're fairly well composed across the frame. We got the shrine in there. That's not getting blocked by anything. Bad time of day. Very bad time of day to shoot this. There's a very limited amount of time inside this little area where the light would come through and actually hit the NPCs. And I missed so much of that. Same with the moonlight. The moonlight was only coming through the valley for so long. And I feel like I missed so many good opportunities. I definitely missed some great moon shots. Because there was like literally 10 seconds between the moon entering the visible area between the mountains and leaving the visible area between the mountains to frame the shot the way I wanted to. And these two Lizalfos just did not want to behave, and I was not doing well in terms of combat and avoiding damage, and I just missed so much opportunity. But that's fine, whatever. I do like this shot, the moon just peeking around the edge of the mountain there. I think I might just go ham on this and delete like everything. Because honestly, like none of these shots really felt like incredible. I did like some of these with the stable in there. I actually really do like this single shot of the stable with the flying V in the top left, and we placed our horse, which is a fun thing to do, is try to find a good place, put our horse in the frame somewhere, and have another visual element. Or if we don't have enough visual stuff in the frame that we like, we can add another subject to break up some negative space or something with our steed, our trusty steed. I also could have tilted down. I see those white flowers in the foreground here, and if I had tilted down, we might have had that as a little bit more of a foreground element. But then that would have placed the horizon even more into the center of the frame, I guess, which is a big mistake I made, or I make a lot. Compositional error. Well, I'll tell you what, our self-portrait we're not going to keep. This is just us saying like, hey, that's the shrine we're going to take a photo of. So delete that. I don't really need this one of the stable and our horse. It's a great shot, but no. Honestly, I cannot keep very many of these. And it's going to be such a bummer deleting a lot of them. But you know what? We're going to have to do it, man. Anyway, this little battlescape, maybe if this is a different time of day and then there was the added layer of great color to the frame, maybe this could have saved it, but it's just so drab looking, uninteresting time of day. Like this is when we wanted it. Great color to the sky. Beautiful clouds. Nice little backlight glow, edge light around them. I also missed like every single tongue attack on these Lizalfos. I could just not get a good tongue attack. But here again, good battlescape, good little battle scene. And in this frame, the Lizalfos does look like it could possibly be in combat with Mazar, our traveling merchant friend. Also, it was tough, like the shape of the exit out of the valley there. It was tough kind of including that in the frame in a way that felt pleasing. Or at least I was struggling getting that in there and making it feel good. That little window into the rest of Hyrule. It just throws me off that shape right there. Anyway, great pose on all the guys. Not the best, though. We can delete that. Another decent battlescape. Again, kind of good timing on the Octorok shooting his projectile at us. Kind of hard to tell when something's in motion like a little object like that the Octorok's projectile. It is pretty tough to make it look satisfying, and that has a lot to do with the trail that is falling or following behind it. When you can see the trail, it does make it obvious that it came from the Octorok. It was the Octorok's projectile. But when it's just something like that in the sky, I can see the tail of it, but it's very faint and it's not obvious. I should have kept that first shot as a good comparison. Do I have another Octorok in here? I think we took him out because he was frustrating me, pegging me with those balls. Anyway, I'm not going to keep this shot. Not going to keep that shot. This is almost a good Lizalfos pose. Another thing that I was kind of making this mistake, there's a very beautiful scene behind that little tiny hill that he's not a hill, but there's like the big rock that's right behind him, and he's on a little slope. Just on the other side of that slope, you can look back and you see the entire river, like this shot here. You see the entire river running back into the distance. That is what we were really going for, and getting them in position was very tough because we wanted to be on top of the area where this Lizalfos is to look down on that beautiful river going through. But the Lizalfos just wouldn't behave, and we would always be falling back a little bit too far. And then he'd get over the hill, and then we'd completely block that beautiful scene behind where we really should have been revealing it. Luckily, this moonshot did have that all the way through the frame, although here the Lizalfos is almost blocking the complete background that would have been beautiful. I would have preferred that Lizalfos, to have had some light on him. This is like a second before the moon's light raked across the foreground here and into the battle area. And I think it might have been this Lizalfos, that this particular attack that knocked me down and literally ruined the chance of getting our moonshot, because we completely missed this. We got this shot. I think I got one more, but it was like very late and it was almost going down the other side, and we wanted it basically directly in between those two peaks. Anyway, no on this one. You're on that beautiful river, but the sky looks gorgeous. Lizalfos' pose is okay. Not good that he's in the center of the frame. This is a much more well-balanced frame and a great little single shot of this Lizalfos, who does look like he could be protecting that shrine, which is always what we're going for. We want it to look like they're doing some kind of guardian work around the shrine, guarding it, protecting it. But here again, just behind Lizalfos, just on the other side of that big old rock, on the other side of that little tiny hill, we have a beautiful scene that we completely missed. So no, I know I fucked it up. I can't stand it. And I think I would have really liked this one better if the Lizalfos had light on them. I think it's just like they just blend in so much. Makes sense. They're basically chameleons. They will basically camouflage themselves and hide. So maybe that's fitting for this enemy or something. Trying to sell it to myself here. But I don't need to keep this. I don't need to keep that. Actually, I'll keep that one because I think that's like the best shot of all of them so far. Here, this is a much better frame, looking down that river, seeing the background, some interesting atmosphere. I think the Lizalfos on the right is blinking, not seeing any of that color in his eye. And both of them don't really have the best pose. They're like both in between good poses right here. We need a tongue, man. Need some tongue attack. And also, again, the light is not hitting anything. At least here it's even across the entire frame, so it feels natural. I think it's the most unnatural when we have, in an unpleasing way, most of the subject in shadow and then the rest getting the moonlight on them. It just doesn't seem like that works. So let's delete that one. Still like that moon shot better. Basically that same shot, but with a nice moon and a decent pose, at least on the Lizalfos on the left. Here's a cool little sunrise and shrine. This now we've moved. That was we shot out Ridahi, and then we made our way over to Hadahamar. I know we talked about the Sheikah language, but I don't know if I asked or if we discussed or if anybody answered or if anybody cares. What is a horseshoe? What does a horseshoe do? But if any of these, if the English translated names like Hadahamar, is that some kind of language that we could transcribe, we could find out what those actually mean? I don't know. That's an interesting question. These are questions. But we made our way over to Hadahamar, which is it's a very beautiful little scene. I do really like the scene entirely of this area because it's sitting right under this little waterfall. It's especially beautiful when the spikes are laid around the shrine before we actually entered. Actually, one thing I'm going to be struggling with is trying to decide when we get to a new shrine if we want to spend the time shooting it before we complete it or if we want to wait till after we complete it. We've only completed the shrines, then done some photos, and I might switch it up once in a while, but again, haven't made that decision yet. It'll be interesting to get some with the orange glow rather than the blue, although I do very much enjoy the blue color more on these guys. Anyway, sunrise, cloudy sunrise, got a little flying V in the top right corner, and we have the unaccomplished tower far in the distance. It's an okay shot. I do also struggle with this angle of view on the shrines itself. Any kind of those back views where the shrine is either in profile or very close to it, it's just kind of a struggle to compose with those. And I think this is a decent example of how it could work when we have a beautiful scene behind it like this and we can see the full shrine and the texture. And it's almost like the shrine is overlooking that landscape behind it. That can feel kind of interesting. It's cool, but honestly, I'm not looking at this and just getting blown away. So we got to get rid of it. Got to be blown, man. If I'm not blown, I'm gone. You know? Not blown, get gone. West Necluda. This waterfall, like I said, this whole scene, this little tiny lake or pond with the waterfall flowing into it, absolutely gorgeous. But it still was very difficult combining the waterfall, the shrine, and the surrounding area to look and feel how I had experienced it. What I wish I had done here, what you need is the full pond in there, and we're cropping out the right side of it, the very front right side of it. And it's something more like, if you have something more like this with what are the sandbar? What do they call that? The sandbar? Flore sandbar. There we go. The Flore sandbar here, we included the entire water area around it, and that gives you the feeling of it being surrounded by the water. Whereas when you crop out a piece of it like this, it loses the shape, it loses the form, and it doesn't let the viewer know that that's a complete little circular pond. For all we know, there's a river running out the other side, which would be a completely different type of vibe. And I think it was my mistake not trying to include the entire water area. We're kind of using it more of a foreground element, or we're just, cropping either edge of it out like this guy. Because it's just part of the magic of that spot is the full pond itself surrounding the shrine. I like that rainbow flare coming down. Also, the waterfalls, this waterfall looks okay, but typically the waterfalls are tough to shoot because we can't do a slow shutter speed, so we can't get the cool motion blur from the water moving. We have to shoot it static like this. This waterfall is okay, but some of them end up looking really bad. And I do wish also that there was some light that could hit the actual water itself. It didn't seem like there was ever a moment where the water was shining behind the waterfall. So I think ideally we would have hoped for a backlight, which how would that happen on this waterfall? Because there's no light going to be able to strike it from behind. That would have been an ideal situation to highlight the beauty of that waterfall behind the shrine. It didn't happen though. And so the waterfall kind of ends up looking a little drab. I do like these ones with the rainbow flare. I guess that's okay. These will probably get deleted. Also not the best time of day. This at I should have shot this angle at sunrise, but I was so busy with that over the shoulder from behind looking towards the stable, this view. I was so busy with that we missed the sun actually coming up and having the beautiful colors from this direction, which my mistake. Anyway, so let's delete these. They're not that great. I do like, again, putting that horse in there can add so much flavor to it though. Really wish I caught this moment with all the birds in the frame, because that would have been beautiful. Again though, the waterfall is barely visible here. Imagine a tiny bit of a highlight on that waterfall mimicking the way we can see that break in the Dueling Peaks and the beautiful sunset behind it. If that was similar to that nice line from the waterfall, but with a highlight on it, that could have been gorgeous. I do like this shot though. I wish I got this shot a couple seconds earlier. I only saw this moment. I only saw this frame just as the sun was about to go down. So we missed probably a pretty beautiful shot a little bit earlier in the sunset. I think I like the second one, I guess. I don't know. The light's a little too low. Now I'll delete both of them. I'm only going to save this moon and the double Lizalfo. So that is definitely on the chopping block too. No, again, I do love this, but I think we caught it at the wrong time. We got our friend Beetle and Mizar walking past the shrine. They're very stacked up. There's also another NPC just in the doorway of the shrine that's barely visible because it's stacked up and everything's stacked up, and I hate stacking. Also, when all of the movement in the frame is parallel to the frame, it does feel very two-dimensional. It doesn't give us that sense of depth that I'd like to feel. And we were on a longer focal length here, and which is also compressing all those elements in the distance, making it feel even more two-dimensional. I thought I had a better shot of those two dudes. Here's the moon rising up. I like that shot. The horse got a little bit lost. Right before we took this shot, the horse had been in the water just in that bottom right quadrant of the frame, which was perfect. I don't know why I ended up moving him. Do I have another shot? I was playing around with different positions. Or maybe we didn't put him there yet. But that position right here, that is a great spot to break up all that negative space in the water. Although that's not a good pose on the horse because the horse is looking at us. We want that profile view of the horse, or with its head tilted down trying to take a sip of water. Always what we're going for. I can tell you this one we're not going to get rid of, although I do like the way the horse is getting highlighted from that smoke, the mist behind it, making it stand out. But again, a lot of parallel momentum and a very two-dimensional feel. Bye. Keep Moonrise. I don't want this. I don't think I like this Moonrise very much. I think if the horse was, again, in that bottom right corner, we would have been in business, but the horse is completely lost. The moon rising looks kind of interesting. I like how, because it's cut, it's a half moon right here. It's cut just the same, or in a very similar angle to that mountain ridge, which would be... Am I going to be able to tell what mountain that is? Let's find... Oh, wait, no, well, I'm not there anymore. So it might be difficult, but we were looking... Let's see. We were looking this direction. I think it might be... It might be part of the pillars. I think it's something we haven't revealed yet, though. Whatever that peak is. It's hard to... I'm not as well versed with the geography as I want to be. And it sucks when we don't have the whole map revealed. We can't just look over at what it is. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I like how it's similarly cut. The mountainside and the moon are similarly cut. Makes it kind of an interesting shape, or they go well together. The two halves. But no, we're not gonna keep it. Bye. No on this one. Everything got a little bit too separated left to right, and the horse again is now stacked up against the stable, so he's lost. And then there's the NPC that does have the lantern glowing, but that also is getting kind of lost. The moon looks great because we held focus on it, so that's fun. But it feels like things are just not really working together here. Everything's working against each other. I would say for the composition to feel balanced. So let's delete that one. Same thing with this one. Same fucking deal. No on this one. Again, it's like trying to work that waterfall in might have been a mistake in some of these cases because it doesn't look that great, especially when it's not getting hit with any light. Shrine is kind of center punched here. It's like, no. Moon's out of focus, no. No. Here we lost the moon, which isn't necessarily a complete travesty because we could still capture some cool moonlit landscapes, but there's a lot of negative space in that bottom left corner. In fact, the entire left side, like 10% of the left side of the frame, we could have cropped out, panned to the right a little bit, revealed more of that interesting background, and that would have been a lot more well balanced. So bye. And then this one, this one's okay, but Yeah, we could delete that one. So the only one we kept is this guy, and I'm probably still going to delete this, which is fine. I cannot keep everything. I wish I could. I wish there was a way for me to download these and have them in a high-quality, saved fashion so that I didn't have to permanently delete anything, but that's the way it is, and that's the way it's going to be. And then let's delete a couple more from... I don't need this leaping choo-choo. It's okay, but I like this 3 choo-choo shot better, I think. Anyway, if we're doing like a single shot of some choo-choos, or if we're only choosing one shot of the choo-choos. Which choo-choo are we going to choose? And I do still like this wide of the sandbar. I'm going to delete this leaping shot. I think I like this one where he's screaming at us a little bit better than this leaping shot. Overall, even though you know I love our leaping shots, but let's just delete. We need one of those gone. Same with this. Let's keep this leaping shot, and we can get rid of this one because that's the same shrine, same enemy, but a much better image in my opinion. It's a nice leaping shot. Delete that guy. Love that one. We are going to have to do some stuff with these lightning strikes at some point. I need to choose between at least a couple of them. As much as I think it's incredible that we got this shot of the lightning going off in the archway, I think I like the overall composition of this wider version better. And even though I do like that very, very vivid lightning strike, I think this one exploding out from behind it and surrounding it in the electrical current looks cooler. So I'll delete that one. Ugh, hard to do. So hard to do. And now we got plenty of space. We have plenty of room. I shouldn't be going too crazy on all this. Let's save. And then, like I said, we'll shoot out this particular shrine, a.k.a. Naeg Shrine. And then we will go from there. We've already accomplished this one, so we don't need to worry about making that decision if we're going to keep it uncompleted, or if we want to complete it before we shoot. All right, so I can tell you right now, dude, I'm going to want something for sunset, which we're coming up on. I'm going to want to see, like, at least one shot of the village. Or at least a piece of the village. Are we going to be able to get? I'm going to have to go, like, all the way. See, the town, it's Kakariko Village, is a little bit low compared to the shrine, obviously. The shrine's situated on top of that hillside. But it's going to be tough to include the town and the shrine, maybe. Although, I don't know. It looks like we can get it from here. And we can get Death Mountain over the shoulder of the shrine, too. Let's take that. Feeling just a little piece of the foreground in that bottom right corner. Otherwise, that looks gorgeous. I think I actually want to crop a little bit from the right side. We can face the pillars a little bit more. We don't need that much of the village. Balance Death Mountain up there with those pillars on the left. Now I'm losing too much of the village, though. So we're going to have to close off. Let's close off the frame at the edge of the tallest peak. We'll close off the frame there. We can tilt down and pan back to the right a little bit. Something like this. Maybe let's let the sun go down just a little bit more. I'll take that one. Gorgeous. We have that left side of the frame closed off. I think I could probably pan to the right even further and maybe tilt down a little bit more. Want to make sure we're including the entirety of Death Mountain in there. That's what I'm talking about. I love how the light is pretty much only hitting the area where the shrine is, too. It's just reaching that little shelf. I'm still seeing that foreground on that bottom part of the frame. So it's tilt up or push in. Let's actually move in. Tilt up and pan to the right just a tiny bit. Get some atmosphere. I'd love some atmosphere around the shrine, kind of, if it'll pop up for us. And we do not want to lose all of our light. There's some atmosphere. Ooh. Still thinking I could probably... I'm seeing a tiny bit of that foreground still. I'm going to push forward again. Let's see how far we can go without falling off this cliff. Oh, no, okay, I can't. I'm not going to be able to get around that. I don't think I'm going to be able to get around that little piece of ground. I want to get it before that light leaves the actual shrine, though. Little bit of rainbow flare coming in. And you can see enough of the village here. That's beautiful. And we're still holding focus into the deep background, which is always what we're going for. Absolutely gorgeous. We got to remember, we can do moonset on this side as well, actually. Might be a good idea. Because the shrine is so close to the edge of those cliffs and surrounded by such tall... or the mountains surrounding are so tall that it's like kind of hard to compose other elements with it from a very close proximity. So this distance, something like this might be what we're going to be at for this particular shrine. I think I can pan back to the left a little bit actually here. Give a little bit more of the pillars in the frame. Maybe one or two more shots before the light actually leaves the area right around the shrine. And there's some atmosphere coming up right down below the shrine in front of that tree. Love it. Love it. I thought those birds hovering above would actually look cool, but they're getting a little weird looking from this distance. Whatever. We'll just keep shooting now. Pan back to the right tiny bit. Let's let that flare disappear. Hopefully I'll still have maybe a little bit of light on the shrine. There's some atmosphere. That's pretty nice. I'm enjoying that we see Impa's hut, the palace, completely in the frame. Love it. Little shrinescape. I gotta pan back to the left just a tiny bit as he moves a giant jump. I love doing these little time-lapse sequences. It's very relaxing and fun. Okay, there's the flare going away. Let's grab one here. Oh, do you see that flying V in the top left? We got to let that get into the frame more. Hold on. Tilt up just a tiny bit to help that out. Let that get above. Oh, you got to be kidding me. It lost resolution. I mean, it completely unresolved itself. Bummer, but you know what? Whatever. Maybe we'll get another one. Okay. Let's wait for a little bit of atmosphere to pop up. Ideally on some of the mountain peaks. Between the mountain peaks is best for some of that atmosphere. Help separate them. Here, wait, let's grab this before the last bit of light goes away. That's so beautiful. Okay, one more. Let's try one more. I'm going to pan to the left a tiny bit more. Let's get one with just the last bit of light, the tiniest last bit of light. I like that we can see the illumination from all the lanterns. Look at the atmosphere behind the shrine, too. That's it, dude. That's about as gorgeous as we could hope for. The edge light breaking around the pillars is creating a great texture, letting you feel those steps into the background. The waterfall, again, though, I wish that waterfall had some highlights somehow on it. Anyway, gorgeous shot. I love that. I guess we'll wait out. We can just watch the sun going down from here. Actually, well, let's actually see if we can get maybe something from this side before we lose all of our sunset color. Maybe we can get something with Death Mountain on this side where it's just Death Mountain, the hillside, some of those birds, last little bit of light coming around. The birds look a lot better from this distance too. Let's grab that before we lose that light. I think I can punch in. First of all, let's pan right because that hillside on the left, there's nothing there, but we're going to get better texture on the right side of the frame. Yeah, something like this is going to make more sense. We have those clouds. We have more contour of the hills. Tilt down maybe a little bit. Maybe let those birds try to... Ooh, look at the atmosphere, though. I think I can go really tight here. I think there's a lot of peripheral area that I'm seeing that's not necessary. And I'm also seeing the flags hanging on those little archways up to the shrine on that bottom. And there's just the tip of that tree. We can try to lose some more of that and try to focus on the elements that really need to be in the frame, which is the shrine, Death Mountain, and the little awesome plateau above or between Death Mountain and the shrine in the center of the frame. Punch in significantly. Get that atmosphere before it goes away. That's pretty nice. I do wish, I don't know if I like that hillside on the left, but it does give you that sense of the rolling consecutive hills, cascading hills going into the distance. I wish there was maybe just a couple more layers on the left, though. Otherwise, I'd want to open up that side. In fact, maybe let's try to get over the top of it. If we can, no, we can't get over. Are you kidding me? Never mind. How about we do this, though? Get some of the waterfalls. No, those aren't going to look good anyway. So maybe like this, where, like I said, now we have more of the hills along the left. Last bit of light, dude. I know I've said last bit of light like 10 times, but if I had let it play out from the first time I said last bit of light, it would have all been over by now. Now, see, that feels very unbalanced. There's like nothing on the left side of the frame we want. Also, moonrise, we're going to be getting... There's a nice little flying V from this side, huh? Let's go up here. On our adventures. Ugh. It's just that one mountaintop. Yeah, where are we getting... Should be coming up over there somehow. So this actually might, or maybe over... This might be where... Fuck, it just so that the height difference really screws you. Because I want to see into the village there. If I could just pick up the village from the bottom and just lift it into the frame, we'd have a beautiful little glowing village on that bottom right corner, balancing perfectly with the nice glow from the shrine. I'll save that. Again, we've got plenty of room more on our camera roll, so... So we kind of maybe need to be... And as I get up higher so I can tilt down to look towards the village, then we're losing our ability to look up towards the moonrise. But you know what? We'll stay here and we'll try to we'll get like one anyway. We'll put the shrine very far into the left corner. Nobody puts the shrine in the corner but me. Could tilt up a tiny bit. It's going to be so hard to get the village to look good, so I think I'll still save that one. Like, this is the frame I'm going to want right there. Maybe I'll pan back to the left. Maybe. Save it. What was I trying to crop out of that left side? Oh, the bottom of that hill. Kind of a weird looking corner. Oh, there's the moonlight changing over. Very gorgeous to watch that. And there's the moon coming up. Okay. Just peek over that hill, buddy. Let's get it to the top. Oh, it's a beautiful crescent, too. Let's let it sit right on top of that mountain. Also, the village is now glowing a lot better in the bottom of the frame. Boom. Not too shabby. Now let me hop down. Let me hop down and try to get a little bit of a tighter shot on the shrine with the moon coming up. I don't know. The village, again, though, the village is like barely visible down there. But maybe from like here. Ooh, I like those. I kind of like those rolling hills on the left side. They're kind of blocking the shrine, but not too much. Let's see if we can get the moon in focus too. Can we? If we pan that far, but now the composition's not going to be good. No on that one. I'm loving the crescent moon though. Let's see, maybe let's keep going down. I'm gonna be able to stand right here. Give me a standing point. Give me a standing point, dude. I need to stand. There we go. Get the tree. Did the moon disappear from behind? I mean, I need the moon to reveal itself from behind those clouds. Come on now. It's just like the clouds following along the moon. It's going to completely obscure it. Okay. We're not going to get that angle. Let's see. How about this? Ooh, how about the apple tree? Okay. Come on, buddy. Wait. What am I doing? Why would we... Just fast travel back up. Maybe we get the apple tree in the shrine in the moon. Apple tree moon shrine. It's possible. Okay, see, luckily time freezes. So instead of spending all that time running back up here, we froze it. Okay, and we can basically... Let's see, this is about as far as we're going to be able to get. Apple. Let's get back. Couple apples in there. Apple shrine. I don't know. That doesn't feel that great. We got to get further back, and maybe we can get the apple tree in there with the moon going up. And maybe some of those birds in the sky, but we have to get higher, or else that shrine ain't going nowhere. And I'd like to be on the other side for the moon setting. Now, see, that apple tree needs to be separated a little better from the sucker. Love the music in this village, though, so... Wait, can you not climb the... You can't climb the roof? Losing our beautiful crescent moon, buddy. Oof. Okay, let's go back up to the shrine. Failure. Great fella. Great failure comes great responsibility. And I failed. Fella. Alas, it was a complete failure. Back up here, and we should go get in position. Oh, wait, we knew that there was going to be possible angle with the castle in the background. We did scout this last week a little bit, but it's like I need to be like up over here shooting, and I can't stand anywhere. So otherwise it'd be just one of these little profiles, which we know we don't really like. And our moon's not even out, so... Couldn't even if we wanted to. Get that shot. Let's get back over to our vantage point on this side of the shrine. Ooh, don't start raining on me. Wait. Oh, wait. The moon's not gonna... Hang on, let's get a crescent moon shot from right here. Of just the village. I'd be happy with a village shot with the crescent moon above, if between those hills like that. No, it's gone. Didn't have that plotted out very well. Everything just goes so fast in this freaking timescapes. This doesn't make any sense, Mosi. Ah, see, this would have been maybe a good one. It sucks the goddamn focus can't be set to just be infinity. Sucks, like I want to get all of those pillars, but then you tilt up enough to get it in the frame and you lose the village below. Yeah, I wish I got the moon right here. We should have been ready for this. Moon just moves way too fast, dude. Okay, well, we'll get sunrise. And then we'll research the next shrine that we want to go to. Where do we want sunrise from? I'm going to delete that one. Also, yeah, you can't get... we're not able to shoot any enemies around the shrine here because they're not going to get anything popping up. Even over on this distant hillside here, I think we're still within the zone where we're not getting any enemies, any Stalfos or Stal type enemies of any kind. Where are we getting the sunrise? This is like the same spot we were earlier. And it's beautiful. Let's just get like a real... No, I'm not going to be able to climb that. What are you doing? I mean, I can, but I don't need to get all the way up there. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm pretty happy with those couple shots we got of this shrine. There's not really much to this one. And that's something I try to keep telling myself is if the shrine is not speaking to you, let's just move on. We got a shot. And as long as we accomplish like a single good shot, which can take an entire stream to get one good shot, obviously, sometimes. But as long as we get like a good shot of it, if I'm struggling to find a composition for something like that, I think I should just move on, because otherwise I'm just wasting time going back and forth from each spot. And I mean, this shrine, like I said, I mean, there's so many things working against it. That sunrise probably was very beautiful, and I'm not really even paying attention. Here we go. We got a super wide setup here, and we have that flying V in that top right corner, right in front of the hot spot. Beautiful the way the sun's just breaking around the mountain, and there's a nice crescent rainbow flare surrounding the shrine. That's actually pretty nice. I wish there wasn't no detail. I wish there was some more detail in the sky. Maybe we can wait a second and that'll maybe go away. And we can let that flying V... Oh no, the flying V is just going to disappear. We can just let... Look at that. Yeah, that rainbow flare around the shrine itself looks really cool, but it's very quickly going away, and I'm not losing that hot spot in the top right. Always takes a second for that to balance itself. I think that moment... Ooh, there's a flying V. Still very blown out, though. I'll take it. I'll take it because you always take the shot. But I know that that's not anywhere near as good as the last one, so... we got 16 more shots on the roll. Well, it's going to be midday, so let's figure out our next move. our next shrine that we want. And I really should... I should have looked up a good map before I got on the stream. But you know, that's why we're streaming. We do the stream. Okay, well, here's a nice giant map, but I kind of want it done by region. Oh, no, here it is. Oh, this is perfect, dude. Yes, dude. Polygon.com for the rescue. If you guys want to see what I'm seeing, I'm not putting it on my... I'm not going onto my browser on here, but you know what? You can go onto the website yourself if you really want to see this. But this is perfect. This is like exactly how I'd want it set. We got the full map of all the shrines, the entire map set up, and then it's broken down section by section. This is great. This is exactly what we need. Here's our Dueling Peaks Tower shrine areas. And we do not have that many more. We've done Boshkala, we did Hilo Rao, we did Ridahi. We got Sivanath and Shivanir Shrine. Those are the peaks of... Those are both on the peak, the tippity-top peak. We got Ha-Dahamar. We got Talo Naeg. Tato Sa Shrine is just to the south of the stable. And Lank Roki Shrine is the one that's here in the village. Okay. Second shrine, unlocking it takes a lot of work, though. Completing a main quest. There's 2 side quests and a shrine quest, but that's what we're here for. Okay. So you got to go to the fairy fountain. You do Talo Naeg. Great fairy fountain. We did this. Salmon, 100 rupees. We did that. Okay, we got to do fly the coop quest. Buy the Firefly's Light quest. Something new will happen next time you're in front of the Empress Guards, it seems. Yeah, okay. Should we do this? I guess we could do this. This is going to take a while, so we might not get to actually shoot. We'll see how far we get. We got to do this eventually. Might as well make it happen now. So, Fairy Fountain we did. Flown the coop, we can do that. We can do that real quick. The mirror image quest of Ocarina of Time. Is there one in Link to the Past too? I don't think... Is there like a cuckoo collecting quest? Take all these apples. Okay, who gives it to us? Kato? Wait. Did I miss something? Oh, wait, we need to take a picture. Okay. This is what I'm missing. I thought we did all this. You have to finish. This is what we got to finish. This is what we got to finish. Hey, but you know what? This is a photo quest. This is rad. Okay. That's part of the main quest, huh? What's up, dude? Oh, yeah, I do want that stealth outfit, but that's going to take a while. Saving up those rupees. How many do we even have? 124. Yeah, okay. Gonna take a minute. Forget. I think the way I was really making a bunch of rupees on my others files, I was selling all the emeralds and gems and stuff to the Gerudo in I can't think of the name of the town in Goron Village. Durr. So tired. Hills are not easy for foggies like me. He made it up, but then he's like, I can't go any further than that. I mean, I wonder what the purpose of him not following, like, why couldn't he just come over here? Any bloopies? Just talking about how we need rupees. So we just need a picture, huh? Ooh, let's take it. We'll do like we'll look between these trees, kind of have it framed between all these trees like this. Boom. Absolutely gorgeous. Couldn't be more gorgeous than that. Anything to collect? I think we collected pretty much all the shit here at the end of the last stream. And I don't know how long it takes for the vegetation to restore itself. I do not have that answer. I thought there was not. That was like you reload the game and everything's going to come back, but this is not how it works. Sup, your Congo? Oh, wait, whoa. Hang on, dude. Right now, we have a very unique opportunity because Pakongo is just sitting there next to the shrine. So it'd kind of be a shame to not get a shot with him. He doesn't really present the best opportunity, though. Something like this is actually pretty nice. We want to get it wide. We want to see the full little valley here leading into the background. Can I get the top of the mountain on the left, though? Just barely. But Pakongo looks great. I should tilt up a little bit more, back off a tiny bit. How's our light moving? Maybe we can wait for the light to hit the shrine, too. Also, I'd like it if the light was actually good here. It's not. We're looking at some midday garbage. Although it's kind of nice how he's got an edge light on him. Ooh, look at that. Look at that atmosphere. Ooh, I needed to tilt up. Delete that one. Still got that atmosphere? No. Okay. I also want, like, the shrine. I want the shrine, like, ideally would be put right between. I like that frame of this little arch. Whatever those prayer. I don't know what the hell those things are. I guess they're just wind chimes. I don't know. I don't know what these Hylians get themselves into. Can I get the background in focus too here? Pakongo. Okay, that's not bad. Pakongo. Let's just let... I'm watching that light shift itself. I'm seeing it just reveal itself onto the shrine. Let's let that light completely hit the shrine. Pakongo still has his edge light on him. I'm still seeing that light go down. Try to get Pakongo a little bit closer to the shrine itself, too. Something like this. Good atmosphere. Little Pakongo in the shrine. It's okay. I wish there was something else in the very distant background happening. Anything else we could do with Pakongo before I put Pakongo to bed? Pakongo. Here, I want it so I can compose with the distant landscape in focus, right? We want that in focus. So it's nice that we have our focus point directly on the far parts of that landscape. I like the way the shrine's highlighted right now. Still getting struck by the light. Pakongo's got his edge light. Atmosphere. Not happy about that top left corner. Why can't you give me 100% angle of view here? 100% viewfinder coverage, kind of a bummer. This is a pretty good position, though, so let's zoom in and just crop out that weird top left side. And I can tilt up maybe a tiny bit as well. Pan to the right. Tilt up a little bit. Got that focus point trained on our background, so we're getting some cool distant subject, a little bit of atmosphere pluming up over the shrine. That's a good Pakongo and shrine shot. Although I'm so tempted to wait out sunset here. And we could also maybe back... No, well, we could back off and zoom in slightly. And obviously, if we could work in Hyrule Castle, I would love it, but it's just not going to be visible behind this mountain. Pakongo. Well, the light's getting onto Pakongo a lot better. Let's see, can we get the spire of the castle in there? Not really, dude. It's better just to omit it. Some of the distant landscape of Hyrule in the background. Almost tempted. Pakongo. Ooh, look at that beautiful cloud coming off the mountainside. Let's try to get all of Pakongo's shadow in the frame too, though. Wouldn't want to omit a great man's shadow like Pakongo's. There's that atmosphere right in front of the shrine, kind of. Nah, it doesn't have a good shape to it, but now we're getting all of Pakongo's shadow in the frame. This is actually feeling pretty nice now. I just want... Oh no! Clouds are going over. Oh no! Hang on. Once the clouds reveal the light on Pakongo like that, that's great, but we lost it from the shrine. I guess let's wait. Maybe we can, well, if the cloud passes over. It's nice to have those little patches of shadow around the frame, but I think here we would want the shadow to be maybe vignetting the grass along the bottom left side and foreground. Not losing our light on the shrine itself. I'll still keep it. But we can let the light reveal on the shrine. Yep, there's that atmosphere. I don't like the atmosphere when it's like right on top of the shrine, though. We need it like behind Pakongo, like that, dude. He's like looking off that direction, too. That's nice, but... let's just wait for the sunset, dude. Here, let's do a quick... I can tell you right now that these are not going to be good except for at sunset. Working on Pakongo. All right, we got some beautiful shots, dude. Okay, Pakongo sequence, though. I like this frame that we built. I want to see through those arches. You want to see it kind of surrounding the shrine. And you want Pakongo. Although I think we got a little far from Pakongo. On these last shots, he's like a little small in the frame. I think we want to widen out, push back in towards him a little bit. We don't need this one with the shrine covered in shadow. We don't need this one with Pakongo's shadow out of the frame. We want it with Pakongo's shadow in there. These ones where Pakongo's not getting hit by light, we're not going to enjoy as much. We can just get rid of those. I know I like these with the light coming right back, or backlighting Pakongo and giving us that nice shadow. He doesn't look bad. I'll keep this one wide shot. It's kind of fun. This shot is no. This is a no. That's a no. Okay. All right, Pakongo. Got to give me some magic, my friend. Okay, again, widen out a little bit and push in so Pakongo becomes larger in the frame. And are we going to lose? If we lose the light on Pakongo, I'm not going to be happy as the sun is setting. So let's make sure... no, got to back off a little bit to get, or tilt down to get Pakongo's shadow. Oh, no! Oh, no, was that the last light we were going to get on Pakongo? No, here it comes! Whew. Okay, whew. Whew. All right, Pakongo, this is your time, my friend. This is what we're talking about. Beautiful sunset color. Let's let the sun get down a little bit further. Although, let's take one here. Loving the pollen flying through the air. That looks absolutely gorgeous. You can't really read it in the picture because it's so small. But it does look beautiful. Okay. Keep waiting this out. Let's just do a couple more. Well, we still got this beautiful light with Pakongo. Pakongo atmosphere. I wouldn't mind some atmosphere right behind Pakongo. Give me right behind Pakongo. We got that flare coming over the hill. Let's make sure his shadow's still holding in the frame. And we have the post casting a shadow right towards camera. That's nice. I think I'm really gonna want that flare to be coming from left to right in the frame, though. If this is how we're doing it. So we might as well just wait a second. Let that light go down a little bit more. Make sure Pakongo's shadow's still fully in there. Yeah, Pakongo's shadow is great. We just need that light to go down. I'm saving that shot, though. It looks beautiful. Ooh, but the light's going to leave from Pakongo. Let's wait for the shadow to go right behind Pakongo. That'll separate him from the background maybe a little bit more. Oh, no, it looks okay. That's weird. The shadow was going one direction. It kind of shifted. That's okay. Confusing, but okay. Yeah, this is going to be like a last bit of the light shot type of thing because it's going to get really hot for a second. And then right before it goes down, right before it completely goes down. Oof, did you see that little bit of atmosphere behind Pakongo? That's what we're looking for. But we don't want the light to leave Pakongo. Also, if we capture this, when we have some of those wind gusts coming through, that can add a lot of great movement. Some great texture. Let's take this. Look how beautiful the glint off the top of the shrine looks. Beautiful. Keep going. Let's tilt up a little bit. There's some of that atmosphere. We want that atmosphere right behind Pakongo. Help him stand out. I want that sun to go down enough. There's that atmosphere behind Pakongo. Was he blinking? Oh. Pakongo. It's fine. That wasn't even the best moment anyway, Pakongo. The best moment hasn't even come yet. My friend Pakongo. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, look at the sweet shadow from that actual archway is beautiful along the foreground, breaking up the grass a little bit. Just got to get, a little bit of atmosphere. There's the hotspot is now gone. Okay, a little bit of atmosphere, and then I'm taking this. Give me something behind or around Pakongo, maybe even in the hillside on that top right. There's a little bit. You know what? Let's take this. Come on, give me a little atmosphere. Oof, somewhere. Nothing. I want to take this before the light actually completely disappears. But that is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. We kind of we missed like the peak the problem is that when the light from the sun is actually striking our subject, that's like when it's at peak intensity. That's when we want to take it. But then that also means that the sky is going to get a little overblown. So we kind of had to wait maybe a little too long, but that still looks beautiful. Let's get one more before that light is completely disappeared. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I'm happy with that with Pakongo. Okay. Now let's do this thing, dude. Let's keep moving. Oh, I found it. Look at Pakongo just chatting with me. I'm going to do some camera operating. Coming in, pushing in on Link as he learns the information that will help him on his quest. Picture, yeah, show you the picture. There it is. Check out my iPad. This is the great fairy. Certainly beautiful, but I thought it'd be more sacred and elegant. I'm impressed you found it. I want to give you something to show my appreciation, but I don't think I have anything on me. I know. Recognize anything? Yeah, okay. Yeah, check out my iPad again. Mount Lanairu. Base of Mount Lanairu. I wonder how long it took them at Nintendo to decide what pictures to use for those. Okay, sweet. We did that. Let's wait. We can get Pakonga walking down now. Dude, hang on. Let's frame it like this. Let's get this kind of frame. Let's let Pakonga walk into my frame here a little bit. We got the castle. We got the shrine. Oh, Pakonga's too low. Okay, Pakongo, chill for a second, bro. Okay, let him walk down a little bit towards that left side. Nice. We can see the castle in the distance just barely, and there's just enough light in the sky so we can see some texture in those clouds. Not the best shot in the world, but whatever. Okay, Pakongo, thank you so much, dude. I should have anticipated Pakongo. Here, let's do this one too. This looks beautiful. Peeking through the grass like that. Save that. We're just going to shoot out. Maybe we'll shoot out the roll with Pakongo if we can. I guess that was our last moment of opportunity with Pakongo. Maybe we can get another one who's walking through here. Can we see the shrine from this? No. Pakongo away. All right, whatever. We got that. That was really cool. Now we need to... First of all, we can delete that picture that we did for the quest. Because trash, anyway. Pakongo. Here, again, if I could take Hyrule Castle and just lift it up into the air so that it was a little bit above that overhang that was blocking it, it's fine. All right, so we need to now do these cuckoos. Flown the coop. Hola! I took your apples. Sorry. Is it this dude? Who's giving me the... I'm losing him. Who gives it to us? Kato. That's not this guy. When the calamity hit. That was me. Yeah, I was like in a shrine of resurrection. It's like a whole big thing. Sword that seals the darkness. Gotta have enough hearts, though. You see, the one thing about that swordsman, he trained with swift carrots instead of a blade. Yeah, swift carrots are sweet. Nice, dude. Give me some inventory? Okay. Okay, I like that. Alright, so we need Kato, who's one of these guys. Oh, it's this guy. How could this happen? Yep, Sir Link, my cuckoos. My precious cuckoos. They haven't come home yet. Now that my wife wants nothing to do. My cuckoos are my only emotional support. Poor dude. What do I do? I will find them. I'll go find them. 10 cuckoos. Okay, am I going to use a list? Yes, so that we don't have to sit here and do this. Okay, so we got one right here. Wait, wasn't there supposed to be one near the pond? Oh, wait, no, it's behind me. Right here. Dude, I got one of your cuckoos already, man. This is going to be done in no time. Whoops. Uno cuckoo. Clothing shop. Right here. can climb on those roofs. What am I talking about? Oh. Whoops. Did it fall down? Yes, it did. No. Oh, shit. It's a blood moon. How did I remember thinking today, I was like, is it going to be a freaking blood moon? Okay, so we got to get back up to the shrine. Now I feel like an idiot that we didn't pay attention. That's fine. That's fine. Although we're not going to have time to shoot this at all. Like, where's the blood moon itself? Over here. Yeah, it's going to be at midnight it pops up, right? Okay, we'll try to get it. Here we go. Little bit with the shrine. Terrible, dude. Absolutely terrible. Let's get the red sky over the Hyrule area. I missed it. Oh, that's a bummer, man. Always watch the moonrise, Paul. Always watch the moonrise. Maybe I'll grab one shot as the light is still interesting. Okay. Okay, well, yeah, well. Here's a cuckoo, so wasn't all for nothing. Okay, got the clothing shop one. The shed a little further up the hill. Just up her. Oh, there's those fireflies that we have to capture for the next stage. So I think the problem was that I had no idea I had to do that firefly thing. Hang on, let's just grab these fireflies now since it's nighttime. Oh. And I scared every single one of them away because I fell off the bridge less than a foot. I think they come back as you leave. Oh, I'm so bummed we missed that blood moon. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, we missed like all the fireflies. We will get more of them as time. We already have enough anyway. I think I've been collecting some. Anyway, okay, we got the shed, plum garden. Oh, schnitzel, we can't get the one in the garden except for at night, so we want to do it now. Where is that? Oh, there's one on top of that thing too, but let's get the one in the garden. Mealy's plum garden. Oh, right here. Wait, what? What? Dude, go away, Olkin, dude. The fuck are you? He just happened to be running by the moment that I fucking had to jump in there. Doofus. Come here, dude. Trying to help out your friend getting his cuckoos. And I just get reprimanded left and right. Yeah, I got it anyway. With or without your support. Okay, we got the one up by that thing, and then we got in the shed. He's on top of it currently. Easy. Oops. All right, dude. What's up, boy? Sheikah tribe has been serving Hyrule's royal family for years. Yep. Someone became part of this Donald Yiga clan. Stand guard every day. We must protect. Cuckoo update, dude. I don't care about all that. I care about the shrines. I just want to go home. Okay, good. All right, so then... Some of those aren't great descriptions, but they're kind of the best descriptions we can give. Why even say that? Anyway. Once you toss all the cuckoos... Wait, what? It says it'll close it out and I get 50 rupees. Maybe they changed that. Wait, did I miss one? Oh no, whatever. In the shed on the south side of town is a different one that I thought we grabbed. My bad. It's over here. It's on a shed. In a shed? On the south side. Oh, it's this one? Yeah. Whoops. Oh, come on. Come on, Cuckoo. I wonder if they wanted them to always... grab this apple, buddy. Sorry. I wonder if they always, like, even in Link to the Past, if they wanted them to be multicolored like this, and for whatever reason they just couldn't get them multicolored, or if it was just a design choice for this game. Okay. That's what... Oh, yeah, okay, updated. No shit. Okay. Yeah, alright, pal. You told me the same deal. Link, can you hear the cuckoo flapping its little wings? Could it be? Yep, found him. Yep, I'm your hero. I'm the hero. So happy everyone's safe. Give me 50 rupees. It's like a week's pay for this dude. Though I do wish my wife would come back to me just like the cuckoos did. Okay. So now that we did that... Okay, buy the Firefly's Light. Third step is unlocking the Lenka Roki Shrines. It's actually pretty straightforward. You just have to complete the buy Firefly's Light quest. Okay, sound less creepy in her head. She'll tell you how much she misses catching fireflies. Are we going to be able to do this right now? It's 5 a.m. We got to talk to this girl in her house. And I don't know which house is hers. I forget. Isn't she like... Lasley? Okay, she's not... I'm totally your type. Sheikah Slate, isn't that like an incredible thing? Only incredible people have? No, everyone's got an iPad these days. Okay. So we cannot do this until we have to wait for night again. Because she's got to go to bed. Or at least she has to be out of the shop and in her apartment. Okie dokie. Ooh, here, we can catch... How many fireflies do we have, just out of curiosity? Oh, we got 25. Okay, we have plenty anyway. 5? Yeah, we have 5. We're good. All right, is she just in side already? Yep. Night sky. Okay, I see. I swear I didn't. I swear I talked to her. And either I didn't, like the first time I did this, I guess maybe I didn't realize that I had a quest. Or maybe I didn't know how to do it. Maybe I had this and I had no idea what the hell I was doing. And I didn't have any idea that it was going to unlock the... Yeah, see, that's all you got to do. Ooh, I wish I could take a picture of that. Her with the fireflies. I mean, we could always just let more go, I guess. Another 50 roops. Let's try to grab a shot of her when we get out of this little... Here we go. Yes! Leslie. Surrounded by her fireflies. Maybe we can grab another one before they dissipate. Zoom in, get that bookshelf, kind of. Come on, get closer to her, man. There we go. Nice, dude. Leslie portrait. Love it. And then that's our full... Wait, can you not grab him again? Yeah, you can. Aha! You thought I gave him to you, but I didn't. Good. Okay, well, we got a good picture of her. Here's what we got to do. What else do we do? Okay, we bring her the fireflies, and then... Okay, and then before you leave, jump around her room and reclaim all those fireflies. I did it. I already did it. So then what happens next time you walk and talk to the guards? Horse. Thank you, Johnny boy. Thank you. Next time when we talk to the guards, something will happen. A thief visited in the night. Play out the rest of the conversation. Spend the day with Paya. Put Paya to bed. Why do half these quests have to do with visiting strange women at night? Head outside and hang out by the fire and Pakango. Torian will leave his post, walk up the hill, give him a start. I think I'm just going to wrap up now, actually, because the next part of the quest... Well, here, let's actually, what we can do is, well, at least get this process started. Bottom of the line. The bottom of the line. First of all, do I have, how many of these? We haven't gotten enough of this. No. Yeah, you're good. Yep. Bottom line here. Let's do... Let's get this started. But I gotta do a review. We're gonna, because we filled our camera roll. Let's do a review at the beginning of the next session before we get into this battle. First of all, I might need to gather some resources and maybe buy another piece of armor or something. I do remember this battle that we come up to, this boss. It's kind of a boss. It's just one of the Blade Masters, but at this point in the game, I will probably get one shot. Yeah, he is tough. I remember that. This is what I mean. This I did this the last. He can drain 5 hearts worth of health with a single hit. Yeah, so he can one shot me. Um, whew, yeah, we'll see about this. We will see about doing that. This is going to get complicated. And again, I want to do a full review, get a nice clear space on our roll because I'd like to photograph that battle. At least get like one good shot of the Blade Master. If you can, I don't know if it's I don't know why it wouldn't let us take pictures. Either way, we'll kind of get this process started. Talking to Paya Vista. No, the heirloom. Oh no! I'm sorry, Paya. Oh yeah, think I didn't know that, dude? I know all about that. By the way, Impa has this gnarly weaponized hat. One, she could just spin around, and she's got those sweet little dangling axe things. Those will give you a pretty bad day. And then also, whatever that, like, lance at the top, kind of like a spear lance type thing, all she's got to do is kind of lean her head forward and just charge at you, and you're impaled. Very bad day. She's cleaning the heirlooms. Deepest hour of the night. Places off limits. No one from the town would do a thing like this. Someone with an evil intent came into this sacred place. She feels violated. I'm sorry, girl. Pi is afraid of the thief may be still nearby. Will you stay by her side? Yes. I wonder... if we're going to have to redo this anyway. Yeah, anyway, this is where we'll pretty much wrap up. Okay. I'm just curious what happens like if I can't kill that guy. If we have so much trouble defeating the Blade Master, I don't know if like we can stop and just run away. Is he just going to stay up there until we're ready to fight? I don't know how this works. Either way, we'll save here. It's a great place to save. Let's delete one shot, and then we gotta get our obligatory self-portrait done. I like the second shot of Lasley better than this first one. We took that because we didn't know how long those fireflies were going to stick around, but here, much better composition. And the fireflies are well separated. So we can delete that one. And we can do obligatory self-portrait. Wait, I wanted to do it. Here, we can do it looking this. We never doing looking this direction. We're always facing us. Like, who are we, man? Yeah, pointing up right in front of these guards. They're like, ah, you little bastard. Done. Okay, it's actually kind of a nice portrait. What is that for? The shield? It'd be nice if it told you, because I mean, in an instance like this, is that for the shield? Is that for the halberd? Is that for the bow? I have no idea what I'm replacing the companion picture of. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's save. Let's do a review. Self-portrait, obviously, self-explanatory, and it's awesome. Let's start at the beginning. Let's see how we worked through this thing. So we only got this one shrine shot, but I mean, it's going to be slow now that we only have shrines we haven't accomplished. So we're going to have to go through the shrines and it will take more time. But this is also why I'm saying maybe it's a good idea to start making it a Tuesday, Thursday dual stream thing. Might help us out. Anyway, we were here in Kakariko Village photographing Naeg Shrine just in the hills above the village itself. And we got some very nice shrinescapes with the village below, the sun going down, Death Mountain in the background. Love that Death Mountain is perfectly visible just beyond these hills of the Kakariko Village area. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to pick these apart one by one. Which I don't want to do right now, but there's a lot of good options here. And it's probably going to end up being one of these last shots when the light is like perfectly balanced, but there's still light on the shrine itself. And there's not a huge blown out top left corner. I can guarantee it's probably going to be one of those, but we'll do some comparisons. Got very hazy here towards the end of the day, and then the contrast came back as soon as the sun went down a little bit more. I really wish I got this flying V better. It's in there. It's just at that top left side so much. I wanted it. It would have been nice right between those hills, down a little bit further. And I was hoping it would get to the other side of the peak that it's just about to reach, and I could shoot it there, but we lost it because we got too far away. Its draw distance was not good enough for us on that occasion. But yeah, we'll look at those in depth next time for sure. And then we moved over to the other side of the cliffs and got a little bit more of a closer view of the shrine with Death Mountain, some of those rolling hills. I don't really like that hill on the bottom left corner. We couldn't really get rid of it and still maintain the view that we wanted of the scene. And so then we experimented with including more on the left, but I don't know. I think this angle is kind of like, I don't know. They're okay. Some of those are okay. And then we got situated for our moonrise, which also is, I don't know. This is definitely not the coolest angle for this scene. It just sucks that the village is situated so far down in that little valley area there. And if it was higher up, we'd have a beautiful little village in that entire bottom right corner. But unfortunately, it's just, it's kind of getting lost towards the bottom of the frame. Sunrise, very beautiful. I do love that flare, just the rainbow flare circling or semi-circling the shrine and those light rays breaking around the hill on the top right. It got a little blown out, but we have a flying V in there to break up the nothingness, I guess. And then we got a very good opportunity with Pakango sitting right next to the shrine here. Majestic looking scene. I do wish there was maybe a little something more interesting happening in the deep, deep background, but we didn't have many opportunities with any other NPCs or enemies around the shrine, so we got that one, and I'm happy about it. And then got Pakango walking down from the shrine, and of course we were unpleasantly surprised that we missed the blood moon, because we could have had something like this, but with the blood moon in there, or we could have worked a better blood moon shot. You know, something along these lines, but with the blood moon in there would have been absolutely fabulous. But in all honesty, I don't really like that scene all that much. I mean, it's just a mess of hills, and again, the village is so low that you can't really make it out. It's cutting out the bottom of the frame, and we're so far away, and there's not enough light to distinctually tell what we're looking at. I would say distinctively tell. But whatever. We got some cool stuff. We checked another shrine off the list. And now we are poised to shoot this next shrine. Oh, then also we got our Lasley Firefly shot, environmental portrait. Love that. And we're poised now to shoot what will be... what's this one called? Lakna Roki. If we can do it, if we can do this, might not get past that battle at the end of this quest, but we'll see. If not, we can just skip forward and get some other shrines done and be happy about it. Anyway, let's save one more time. Oh wait, Pro Snap pick of the day. We got to pick that out. I don't know if it's going to be one of those of Congo. I really liked this Shrinescape shot. I don't know which one it's going to be, but I think I really did like this first shot. It does have a great balance to it. The sky looks absolutely gorgeous. It's definitely one of these last ones. Maybe it's even the one with the Flying V in there, even though the Flying V is not in the best position. But yeah, one of these. I love that shot. I love Kakariko Village. Always have. In all of the games. I do wish that it had the standard, or at least a similar tune to the other Kakariko Villages. Do, 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 do. Which I don't know. Like, a lot of the songs in this game have elements that are similar to some of the other games, but there's a very different tone. It's much more mature, in my opinion, the music, the composition in this game. But I don't need maturity in my Zelda, you know. Give me some whimsy. Give me some immaturity. I don't know. Whatever. Either way, yeah, I'll just say, let's just call it this one. Got some distant atmosphere in the very, very far back hillside. So yeah, I'll just say it's this one. Doesn't really, it's going to be one of those, but yeah, Pro Snap pick of the day, Shrinescape over Kakariko Village. Beautiful. Okay, done. Now we can call it an evening. And let you all go about the rest of your night in whatever way you feel fit. Thank you all for coming and hanging out and being a part of this. That was, we didn't shoot the most images, or at least we didn't get to any other shrines than this one, but we prepped ourselves for starting the quest for the next one, or at least we started the quest for the next shrine, which hopefully we can do. And we will try to accomplish that next time, you know? I hope it was fun and enjoyable experience. Hope it was entertaining and exciting. Hope it was worth the while. Thank you all again for coming and being a part of this. Wouldn't be here without you, so thank you very much. Check out some socials. Why not? Check out some socials if you do enjoy this photographic type stuff. This is what we do here. This is what we're all about. So check us out on all the other platforms, but especially thank you, brother. Thank you. Especially YouTube, where you can see all of our previous streams if you're interested in what's happened in the past. So thank you. Also, you can see short clips from each stream. So if you're not into watching these long streams, we have the best shots we've taken in short form on YouTube and TikTok. I will also eventually be creating some montages of the best shots. For instance, a big project. We'll be putting together all of the shrine photos into one consecutive video, or one video with all of these sequences consecutively back to back. That'd be really cool. All 120 shrines photographed. Like I'll pick my favorite shot of each one, which we're clipping. We're already having. I will have all the, bulk of the work is already being done as we're doing the photography itself. So once I finish all 120, then I'll go into each individual week, pick out the best of the best, and make some cool video compilations. And there's a lot of cool little short compilations like that we can do with a lot of the shorts that we're creating with this game, like all the choo-choo shots, best choo-choo shots that we've taken, things like that. And all those anyway those all end up on YouTube and TikTok and whatnot. I wonder what that means. Oh, 106 out of 120. I think as long as you're not in some sort of advanced placement type class or I think that'd be a passing grade. Right? Wouldn't it be? I don't know. Anyway, thank you all again for hanging out. Really appreciate it. What else? Did we miss anything else? No, we're good. We're good. Just enjoy. Wait, check out the Discord. We can pop the Discord on here. I'm trying to get good about remembering to put up these little things that people could be interested in, like our Discord, where you can share photos that you've taken in whatever game you play. It doesn't have to be Zelda, man. Show me some stuff in other games. That's it. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody. Take care. Take pictures. Don't lose that dinosaur. Okay. 3 things. You say 3. We say 3. Don't lose that dinosaur. Have some fun tonight. Y'all enjoy it. Really appreciate the love and support. The stream rating, I'll give it like 5 Argus and a couple Doritos. I'm feeling that. It sounds good. Thanks, Paxmore. Thanks, Johnny. You guys are the best. Have a good night. Thnack. What am I thinking? Thnack you all. All right, I got to get to some double EXP in Fallout, man. Oh, that's one thing I forgot to say. I'll be back tomorrow for Fallout 76, Fallout Photography Fridays. So see y'all then. Take it easy. Peace.